The French Riviera is known for sun, sand, and celebrities, but behind the scenes there's a cultural vibrancy of cinematic proportions. I'm here on the Côte d'Azur visiting the seaside paradise that we recognize from the silver screen, and that played the muse for some of the greatest creative minds of our time. So off we go.
Cannes is probably best known for its annual film festival, an internationally renowned celebration of cinema.
Every May, over 100 of the world's best films are screened right here to sell out crowds. But the cultural life of Cannes extends far beyond the walls of the Palais de Festival. I'm in the home of the painter Jean-Gabriel Doumergue, who once called himself the inventor of the pinup. He gave this gorgeous villa to the city of Cannes under the condition that it only be used for exceptional events. In keeping with this promise, the parties held here during the film festival are the hottest ticket in town, but the most exclusive room is right over here. This is where it all happens. In this room, the jury for the Cannes Film Festival decides who will win the coveted Palme d'Or.
The Villa Doumergue hosts celebrity clients like Sharon Stone, but those aren't the only posh digs in town. The Hotel Carlton is a celebrity in its own right, playing a starring role in the real-life love story that turned a movie star into a princess.
So we are here in the Grace Kelly suite, and yes, the Carlton Hotel actually changed Grace Kelly's life.
What was it about the French Riviera that was special to Grace Kelly? Why did she love this region?
I didn't have a chance to meet that special lady, but I'm sure because she's an elegant woman, and I think French Riviera is the most elegant place in the world.
There's movie magic in the Riviera, even away from the mainland. I'm on the ancient island of Sainte Marguerite off the coast of Cannes, going to visit a truly historic celebrity home. I'm in the real-life cell of the mysterious man in the iron mask, and for a prisoner, he had quite an incredible view. In the movie, the man behind the iron mask was Leonardo DiCaprio, but we will never know his true identity.
Sainte Marguerite houses Fort Royal, but that's not the only spectacular lookout on the Riviera. Now we're in Antibes, a bustling port city since the time of the Greeks, and we're going to see why the beautiful landscapes have provided a haven not only for commerce, but also for artists and musicians.
Henry II built Fort Carré in 1503, never imagining that James Bond would come flying through on a horse and never say never again.
Bond's first visit to Antibes-Juan-les-Pins was in 1971 in Diamonds Are Forever. The area was a ritzy vacation spot by then, but that wasn't always the case. Its popularity as a summer destination actually started in the 20s, when Scott and Zelda Fitzgerald moved into what is now the glamorous Hotel Bellerive.
The time was the 1920s here.
Was the roaring 20s.
Roaring, even though Antibes didn't know it, it started a roar.
And what a roar! Before it became Bellerive, it was called the Villa Saint-Louis. The Fitzgeralds spent summers here, throwing fabulous parties with guests like Rudolph Valentino, the Hemingways, and Pablo Picasso.
There are some rumors about what happened in this villa before it became a hotel. At one point, they decided to kidnap a band, and they locked them up and made them play until dawn so they could dance. So there's just a lot of, if the walls could speak. I believe that you feel that in Antibes.
So what are your favorite things about Antibes now?
Well, Antibes was a sleepy village in 1922. And quite frankly, it still feels like a village to me. If you are sitting on that peninsula and you look to the left and you look to the right, it could have been the 1920s. It's timeless.
All along the Riviera, art has left its mark, more visible in some places than in others. Further east, I visited another home where the walls really do tell a story. This little slice of paradise is called Villa Saint-Suspire, the longtime residence of artist Jean Cocteau. He himself once called it the Tattooed Villa.
And now we're gonna go see why. So, tell me about the place.
We're beginning by this mosaic, and in fact, it's the last thing Cocteau did in this house. He did this mosaic in 1952, and for him it was like a two face, like a kiss.
A kiss is a good way to enter a house.
Yeah.
Cocteau arrived in 1950, invited by Francine Weisweiler, a wealthy Parisian.
One day, Picasso arrived here for lunch, and Picasso, when he saw this fireplace, he said to Jean Cocteau, "You can stay like this." Cocteau did everything in 6 months.
He covered the walls and the ceilings of the entire villa in freehand artwork, incorporating myths, local legend, and his own everyday memories.
So how would you like to live in that house?
It looks quiet now, but Villefranche has been the set for several action movies, including Ronin and Killers with Ashton Kutcher. Away from the avant-garde glitz of the coast, we find yet another artist's hideaway.
I'm here in St. Paul, a quaint village in the hills of Provence, exploring its artistic heritage, which dates back to the 20s. This picturesque village is no stranger to celebrities. In fact, Gene Wilder got married in the town hall behind me.
Back down the hillside, in the center of it all, lies the capital of the French Riviera.
Welcome to Nice, a cosmopolitan urban center with a Mediterranean flair.
Nice has been the backdrop for jewel thieves like the Pink Panther and computer masterminds like John Travolta in Swordfish, but it's also stolen its fair share of the art scene.
You might think I'm in Versailles, but I'm actually in Nice at the posh Hotel Negresco. One of the oldest hotels on the Riviera, the Negresco isn't just a meeting place for the rich and famous. It's also a living art museum.
Jason Statham made a quick getaway on the Promenade des Anglais in the Transporter, but most movie stars come here for an escape of a different kind.
This is a habit of ours to come to have a cafe like that in a Saturday morning, Sunday morning, to appreciate, take time to just stroll around. This is what we like to do a lot. Many artists, as you know, came to Nice, a lot of painters, and those had been used as natural landscapes and backgrounds for many movies, and indeed this is the nature of what is the area that allows us to have that. You can have a shot that will be in the mountains, you can have a city shot, you can have something more in a little bit countryside, a little bit medieval village, something like that. It's nice to show the whole French Riviera in its whole complexity. You know the French expression art de vivre?
Yes.
This is really that.
Over the decades, leisure and luxury have drawn visitors of all kinds. But when they arrive, it's the enjoyment of life, the joie de vivre they find, that makes them never want to leave.
The most difficult thing to learn is to learn how to leave the place like that.